All right, video 2 on this heater. A couple other things to mention. When you order this for 800 bucks or whatever it is, they send you some screws and 2 brackets. One of them is this little piece of metal here, and another one back here. What they don't send you, I believe, is for whatever reason. One of the things they don't send you is, imagine this is the heat section of the heater. This is the control section. So if you look in there, you see that white material. I have some here. This is a fiberglass based insulation board. You'll find it inside of fireboxes like furnaces, sometimes water heaters. And the idea is it gets so hot over here to try to keep that heat from going over to the control side, because it literally will cook, melt the wires, affect the module. I mean, everything over here happening is mechanical, and you have all that heat going on. So one of the things I noticed, they don't send you this. I didn't look to see if there's a replacement, but I keep some around. 8 by 12 sheet. This is 8 inches wide, 12 inches long. It's around $25. So you know that if you're going to rebuild one of these, buy yourself some of this, because it makes no sense to take it completely apart and not try to restore it to where it was. So as you can see, I cut it out and I fit it in there. And that makes me feel a little better that I'm doing the best I can to keep the heat from going over here. The other thing is there's this bracket, and it is here. And it's a little bracket that holds the igniter. It's also made of mild steel. It rusts away, and what usually happens is the igniter body, the igniter that you're screwing this to is aluminum. So when they're new, or I've noticed from working on one that's never been worked on before, they screw this mild bracket to an aluminum bracket with a mild steel screw. So you know what happens. I've never been able to get one of those screws out of this aluminum, especially with the salt and the rust. Either it snaps off or it's a done duck. And when it does, you wind up throwing the bracket out, especially if you're in the field, because you have no way of getting that bracket loose. I've been lucky to take some old ones, save them, and actually take a grinder like this. So yeah, this works. And this is what I've been working with for this whole project. So actually, I just took a piece of steel and I made 1, 2, 3. I got 5 here, and I just used 1 here to mount the unit. So now I'm going to take these and I'm going to throw them in our box. Me and the client call this the magic box, because we save all the parts, because you never know what's next. The other thing with the igniter are these. These, I forget how much they are, but they're basically pilot tube repair assemblies. That's aluminum. And you have the fastening nut with the built-in ferrule. This is the one, when you tighten it, that ferrule will break, compress the tube, and that's what holds it in so it doesn't leak. So that's the last thing I have to do. That tube has to go from here to the back of the gas valve. So I'll show you in the next video how I'm going to do that. This whole thing, if you tried to rush through it, which you really can't, especially if you've never done one before. I mean, I've done this so many times, I'm getting good at it. But if someone asks you to rebuild one of these, I'd say it takes you a day to get it apart without breaking things, and a full day to put it back together. So I started 3 days ago. I've been doing some other things, but so far it took me 8 hours to get it apart, and another 8 hours to get this far. And the reason being, when they send you the new exchanger, it doesn't fit. It's not like you just throw it in there and life is good. You have to make some adjustments. The reason also takes you a while, because you have to grind out all of these fasteners. Like I said, they're usually rivets or screws. Some of the screws they have in here, a lot of them are stainless steel, better grade screws. So you manage to save some of those, like I'll show you on the back. But that's what it takes to do one of these. It's been a challenge and a learning experience. I mean, I've taken apart almost everything. I think this year we're celebrating. This will be 52 years for me doing this. And I don't regret 1 minute. I learned a lot. I've been able to pass on a lot to a lot of the younger masters. And to keep this industry going, we have to keep this up. All right, see you on the next one.